Yeah, this is me, black light, back in the 90s when I was around 50. Yeah, I was about 50 years old back then. I wasn't dressed like a custodian. Looked like I could have been one of the members. But like I said, I was on the radio. TV 33 owned by a black man. So this is where I go to work with suits on. It wouldn't get dirty. Of course, I had coveralls. I changed up in my coveralls when I had to. And this is the choir director that they had. Accomplished musician. He was an instructor over at Wayne State in the music program. But when we left off in the sanctuary, showing you how the sanctuary was set up. It's not like that anymore. They sold the church to blacks when brothers and sisters started moving in the neighborhood. I heard them in a meeting one time saying, there goes our school system, so we head north. And then they had a sermon said the arrow points north. And a great many of them left the congregation. Now, it wasn't nothing but millionaires, a bunch of millionaires going to this church right here. You know? And this is designed. They got the American flag. When they say church and state don't mix, American flag is right there with fringes. You know, and that's where the language changed into legalese and to C language, admiral laws of the sea, applying to the laws of the land. This used to be a common law. But as I was talking about that, it says you are to worship no image, idol image. All these is worship. You pledge allegiance to the flag before you pledge allegiance to Allah or God or Jesus or whoever you want to say. You know, put your hand over your heart. So state comes first. The double cross comes second. The congregation comes third. You see? The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. The father of lies. The son of lies, the double cross. Where we crucify you. The ghost. Talking about the Caucasian. So, what I learned in this church, you know, to sum it all up, because I got tales I'm going to tell you. I should rename it Tales of the churches. Now, churches is a mass hypnosis. When you go to the church, you are being hypnotized. It's easier to hypnotize a group of people than it is one individual. So they study and master this type of technique in churches and tell you to tithe to God like God needs. The creator and owner of the universe don't need money. He has everything before there was even money. Everything in the universe he created for his use and pleasure. So how did money get to be the master of you? You can't survive without money. Well, say like for instance you don't have a place to live. Well, you used to could go and chop down some trees, you know, and build you a cabin or something. And put you a tent, you know, or a teepee or a hut where you want it. Until technology came by way of the Caucasian, the MK, mankind, kind of a man. He came and said he could buy or put a claim on a certain spot. And everything on that certain spot, the air, the water, below, ground level, the minerals, are his. And if you trespass on his land, he can kill you. And anybody, he made this a rule in the law. And the residents or the domiciles that were there before him, he moved them out, knocked them off, killed them, went over all the way over to Africa, grabbed some slaves, made them build up the land. And this is the man that most of my people, and it ain't nothing changed. You're still doing it. And this is the man most of my people idolize and admire and bow down to. The reason why I say that, he's over in other lands doing it. He has his own people programmed and brainwashed. And he has the original man brainwashed and programmed. So this election is coming up. You got brothers talking about, well, we got to vote for the lesser of two evils. But you're voting for evil, period, brother. So what the church say about that? Huh? Something wrong, man. Church ain't true to their word. They're into politics when it says separation of church in the Constitution. Church and state in the Constitution. You know? And then you got this guy named Alex Jones talking about it's going to be a World War III if Hillary get in there. I remember when I was coming up, we used to have air raid drills, and they used to have this thing come on the television, emergency broadcasting, and they say a bomb might drop. The Russians, they was at a Cold War with Russia then. Let me tell you how this works, man. The Illuminati, for a lack of a better word, gangsters or whatever, they loan Russia some money. They own Russia. They're not loyal to no country, only to themselves. And that's how they control. And they're going to start a war. They got the very rich building bomb shelters. All that tax money you putting in to this system, you can't even protect yourself. If they was to drop a missile, where you gonna run? Where you gonna hide? You don't have no bomb shelters. So if it's gonna be a World War III, why aren't they building bomb shelters? Either they lying or they don't believe that themselves. They're using scare tactics, Alex Jones. All y'all work for the Illuminati, man. Even the black ones work for the Illuminati. Some of y'all might not even know it. Man, you ain't got to present, if you come together in unity, you could just say no. Like they say, just say no to drugs. You could just say no to this whole system and start one of your own. And I know black people, once take the blinders off their eyes and they see that they've been bamboozled and been a fool all this time, they're going to get mad. They're going to get angry. And you could come with all the weapons and guns if you want to, but it ain't going to do you no good. And they know this. The Caucasian know this. We know that he's no match for righteousness. We just out of our minds for right now. But once we get back in our right mind, we the most righteous thing this side of the universe. And he knows this. And he knows he has no win with a force like that. So I'm begging all my brothers and sisters to get a hold and control of yourself first. Leave them narcotics alone. You don't need no drugs. You don't need to play no lottos. You got power within you, magnetic power within you. And I refer you to this brother, born mastermind, Allah. He gives a good presentation of what kind of power you have within you. Black Light Out. We're going to come back with one more of these. Fade to black.